Good afternoon and welcome back to the Illiterate Greek. Today we're going to read John 19:28 through 30, where it talks about Jesus dying on the cross. After this, Jesus, knowing that all things had been accomplished, in order that the scripture would be fulfilled, said, I am thirsty. A jar full of sour wine was standing there, so they put a sponge full of the sour wine in a branch of hyssop and brought it up to his mouth. Therefore, when Jesus had received the sour wine, he said, It is finished. And he bowed his head and gave up his spirit. The Amplified Bible says for verse 30, It is finished, and he bowed his head and voluntarily gave up his spirit. So the phrase I want to talk about is that phrase, It is finished. In the Greek, it is the word teleo. In the concordance, it is 50-55. It means to bring to a close, complete, discharge a debt, or finish. Also, the limit at which a thing ceases to be, the conclusion or termination of that. Historically, the word tetelestai was written on business documents or receipts in New Testament times to indicate that a bill had been paid in full. It's kind of like this, like you get nowadays, a stamp on a bill, paid in full. The Greek-English lexicon by Moulton and Milligan says, receipts were often introduced by the phrase tetelestai. The connection between receipts and what Christ accomplished would have been quite clear to John's Greek-speaking readership. It would have been unmistakable that Jesus had died to pay for their sins. Grammatically, it was written in the Greek perfect tense, meaning an action completed in the past, continuing in the present. In other words, it happened and it still is in effect today. There is no expiration date. Now, Jesus did not say, I am finished. It was not an expression of satisfaction that the termination of his suffering was now reacted. He didn't say, I'm finished, it's done, it's over. No, he said, the implication wasn't there that he died defeated and exhausted. Rather, he cried out, it is finished, meaning I have successfully completed the work I came to do. Jesus accomplished everything he set out to do, and he culminated that with the final act of sacrifice, his death on the cross, that you and I may live eternally once we accept him. What a gift. What a wonderful gift. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen, brothers and sisters, and we'll see you next week.